So, what's one of the singular most important decisions that you can ever make in your life to change your life? Stay tuned. We're going to talk about it. Peace, and as always, cheers, folks. Mark Mahalovic, aka the Flying Health Coach. So, per the introduction, today we're going to be discussing a little bit of this book and why it's so important. A book by Dr. Joe Dispenza, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. It's a phenomenal book. As you can tell, I'm just about halfway through it, but man, it's a good book. That, along with the Tony Robbins books that I've talked about. As I drop my book stuff, let's put that back up there and continue with the video. But amazing book. If you're looking for a new book to read and wanting to learn more about your mind and how to change your mind to go along with things like Tony Robbins, it's absolutely amazing. So I'm going to talk to you about it today and put together what I've kind of learned through that book into a simple daily decision you can make that's going to drastically help change the quality of your life. So, and it's super simple, better yet. If that sounds good to you guys, please don't forget to like and subscribe down in the corner. Please feel free to comment if you have other books that you're currently reading or other resources that you've looked into that have been a big help for you. And I'm just realizing that my lighting is really awkward right now, so I apologize for that. I also look like a pumpkin because of 108-degree weather outside in Wichita Falls, Texas. So anyway, please comment below if you have, again, resources that you've been using recently that have helped change your life, or books you like, or whatever it is. Please comment. I'd love to hear from you. Without further ado, let's chat about it. So the single most important decision that you can make in your life every single day when you wake up is the decision to be kind. Sounds cliche, sounds kind of cheesy, but hear me out. So I'm going through Unleash the Power Within by Tony Robbins again on Audible, and he kind of talks about the kindness wheel. And if you can look back in your life, I almost guarantee you're going to see parts of your life where if you were kind to one person, maybe a random person or maybe a friend, whatever it was, maybe that day or the next day or a week after, all of a sudden something really great happened to you, right? It came full circle right around back to you again. It's not being selfish at all, right? It's a wheel, kind of a wheel of life sort of deal. Now, why is that important? It's important because when you make that decision to be kind every single day, not only are you going to go do, hopefully, my goal usually is to do a really just good, genuine, kind act per day to somebody, amongst other just being a good human, obviously, but kind of one authentic, genuine act to a stranger. When you do that, when you make the decision to be kind, and then you act on it, that's helping rewire your brain to live in a state of kindness, happiness, joy, love, and connection. Those more higher vibrational states of energy, which will put up the Hawkins scale of consciousness, either up there, over there, wherever I can fit it. Haven't done it for a while, but if you've not familiar with the Hawkins scale of consciousness, it's indirectly discussed in the book by Dr. Joe Dispenza in regards to just levels of consciousness, and it's all about higher vibrational states of energy or things like love and connection, happiness and joy, versus lower vibrational states or your unresourceful states, anger, anxiety, conflict, depression, so on and so forth. So when you decide every day, when you make a decision every day for yourself to be kind, to be happy, to not live in suffering, to not live in pain or anger, whatever have you, when you make the decision to be kind, you need to also decide, A, but B, you need to act upon it. Why? Because there's Dr. Joe Dispenza talks in his book, 3 different parts of your brain, right? You have your neocortex, your limbic brain, then you have your cerebellum. Now, to me, the cerebellum is, we'll call it just the final part of the information as it gets to that, because that's the automatic part. That's where things just happen. It's like when you go for a drive. You don't have to think about driving a car anymore. You don't have to think, okay, I'm putting in reverse, okay, I'm putting in drive, okay, I'm turning left, right. You don't think, you just do it. That's your cerebellum. You've done it so much, it's become an automatic behavior. So when you decide to be kind every single day, and then you take an action, that's developing a brand new neural connection inside your brain, and eventually it gets wired into your brain and your cerebellum where it just becomes a habit, where you just automatically do it. And guess what? What goes around comes around, right? The more kindness and joy and love that you can spread in the world, inevitably the more is going to come back to you. And it's a full circle thing. Why? Because if you're kind to other people, they're going to be kind back to you, right? And when people are kind back to you, you start to feel good on the inside. When you feel good on the inside, we've talked about putting yourself in different states of mind, but you're going to be in a better state of mind. You're going to feel better every day. You're going to be more energized. You're going to want to do more good in the world. The more good you do, the more is going to come back to you. The more you're going to live a fulfilled life. As Tony Robbins says, one of the best quotes ever, and I love it so much, is success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure, right? You can make as much money as you want. You can be as successful as you want. But if you're not fulfilled, and you become fulfilled by personal growth and development, contributing back, helping other people, when you can fulfill yourself, now you're successful outside of just the financial and the materialistic type stuff. So what do? Every day it's super simple, guys. You wake up, you decide. Decide today, I'm choosing happiness, I'm choosing kindness, I'm choosing joy. I'm making this conscious decision every single morning to do this. And when you do that again, remember, you can't decide to do something without following it up with an action. Start with something simple every single day. Give a stranger a compliment. Give somebody, a friend, a compliment. Call a friend up randomly you haven't talked to in a long time. Call up your parents or whatever, it doesn't matter. But do follow up that decision with an action. Because when you do that action and you get the emotion, the feel-good stuff, right? That's what's going to help rewire your brain and help trigger those new patterns in your brain, is when you can attach an emotion to something, right? And it's just like any experience in the past. If you've ever had an experience and a deep emotional connection to that experience, you remember it. It gets stored as a very vivid memory. Good or bad, that's your perception, right? But we're focused on the good here. So wake up in the morning, decide kindness, happiness, joy, connection, love, gratitude, all that stuff, right? Decide to be that person, but then go act on it, right? Do some small actions every single day. When you do those actions, you're going to, again, develop new neural connections inside your brain. The more you do that every single day, the more you're going to start to just embody that new thought process, and the more you're going to feel those higher vibrational states of energy over and over again, and you're going to see and feel your life change. And you're just going to wake up one day. It's kind of like exercise. You don't see change right away, right? A month into it, maybe you notice something. A month and a half, 2 months into it, it's like, holy crap, I'm really seeing a difference in my life and my body right now. It's kind of like personal growth and development. Yes, you can change in an instant, but it takes time to get good at that stuff. It takes time to practice those thoughts and to really embody it inside your mind. And when you do that, all of a sudden, it's like, wow, I feel really awesome. I feel kick-ass right now. I want to keep going. I want to keep doing good and being kind. Because talking about states, right? When you're doing kind and kind's coming back to you, you'll feel more energized. You'll be in a more peak state. When you're in a more peak state, you want to be more creative with your life. You want to go create your best life, right? You want to go buy that dream car. You want to start making more money per month. You want to build that business, learn the piano or the violin, or you want to go paint or whatever. You want to become a pilot. Biased, obviously. But you want to do those things, right? But you only do those things when you put yourself into a creative state, and you can help yourself get there more often by doing acts of kindness, deciding, A, remember, following it up with an action, B, rewiring that over and over again on a day-to-day basis. And that's going to help you become more creative, and it's going to help you live your best life. Recipe is not hard, folks. It's right there in front of you. And I'm telling you, this stuff works. Why do I know it works? Because I'm in the military right now. You might think, well, that's kind of crazy, Mark. What does that mean that works? Because my entire life, I've always wanted to join the military. I've always wanted to serve something bigger than myself and contribute back to my country. But the past 7-8 years, I was always so scared to do it. I was living in fear so much. And when I started reading about Dr. Joe Dispenza, started getting into Tony Robbins and doing these tactics, these techniques every single day, I've really been able to rewire my brain. And then because of that, when I want to do something and I decide, I follow it with action. And doing that over and over again, I've seen all these areas of my life just progressively keep getting better and better. So I'm telling you from personal experience, this stuff works. Be patient, put forth the action. Remember, knowledge is power, but it's only useful if you actually put the action forth. Okay? It works. Give it a test shot. As always, guys, I do these videos because I do truly, in my heart, hope they help. I do hope that you can take something from it, and it can help you think differently, go down a different path. Maybe, obviously, I don't expect myself to be your end-all, be-all, but, look up Dr. Joe Dispenza, look up Tony Robbins, look up the people that have been doing it for a long time. Get more resources. and you're going to notice your life change. I promise you. Until next time, folks, as always, peace and cheers. And remember, you just got to believe. We'll see you.